The 12-year wait is finally over. Let's find out what I was waiting for. So, keep yourselves tuned in, watching HD, because you are watching Florence Ballard A3060, the channel made in loving memory of the original Supreme Florence Ballard and Hoover's first 1100 RPM washing machine, the A3060 Electronic 1100. Well guys, today is the day I finally reveal the washing machine. Of course we did reveal it in the video, but here is the machine in all her wonderful glory. Look at that. Who would ever believe one would be sat in this kitchen right here, right next to the Miele. You're wondering what happened to the hot point. She's out there. That's the indiscent spin dryer there. She's going to be moved into the sitting room actually, because we need a bit more room out there. So guys, this washing machine right here that you are looking at is a Hoover Electronic 1100 model A3060 from, well, here's the funny thing about this machine. I always seem to pick, though I'm only allowed like very few machines, I always seem to pick up the rarest machines. This machine is from the New Magic series of Hoover washing machines. This is actually the first 1100 RPM washing machine Hoover ever made. It was introduced, according to service manuals, it was introduced February 1978. However, this machine dates to January 1978. So, according to our good friend James Rankin, who's also known as Supermatic James, he has been an absolute star with me with this machine. Today we replaced the door seal on this machine. It's obviously not going to look very... It looks a bit yellowed, but that's because the seals are old. They were kept in storage. The thing is with the A3060, this one, I believe he says to me it could be either a demonstration or a pre-production model. As you know, like the 9530 is a rare machine because it's April 1986 is the one that I got, which is the actual date that they were introduced. So this machine I've waited 12 years for, and today we're going to wash a load of towels on a boil wash. We're going to, I mean, look at all them programs I've got to use. We're going to do bio pre-wash, and then we're going to do White's Heavy Soil, program B. I was going to warn you about this machine. It gets very, very loud when it spins, and of course, you will find it is going to shake about quite a bit. It's not my doing. It's Hoover have their machines resting on nylon wheels, and of course, very stiff suspension. But you may hear a bit of a crack, bit of a sound from the motor. I've oiled it up with WD-40. So without further ado, let's shut up for a moment. I want to reveal my YouTube namesake, Florence Ballard A3060. Just shame we can't have Florence Ballard on this channel. But oh well, this is the next best thing I could have. So for those who are familiar with Hoover washing machines, proud door ones, yeah, this is a square door machine, which is what the fabulous thing is about this. How you open the door on these. This little lever here, where is it there? Slide that to the right, pops open. You can see the door seal is very yellowed, but the interior of it is, this one has plastic paddles on the drum, just going to get this off. You actually see the difference though, there. This one doesn't have any drain holes at the bottom. You'll notice quite a large gap there from where I refitted the seal. It's fine at the moment. It may leak slightly from the door, but that's only because we're waiting for this to soften up a bit. But the maintenance wash I just did, it did a fairly good job. I don't know how many kilograms exactly, but I reckon it's about 4 kilograms or so. The drum is actually more deeper than the... I mean, that's how big the gap is. But the drum actually goes down about that much more around, so the drum's actually quite big. Plastic paddles. Just here it sounds a bit rough, slightly. It's because it's aged, though. It's received very light use, come from Scotland, so it's got no lime scale, and we're not going to allow this machine to be infested by London lime scale. Oh, I just found a bit of one of the rivets that came off that machine. Okay, so without further ado, let's get loading. Can't wait for this. Door doesn't open all the way, but it's just enough. Okay, so she doesn't get infested by London lime scale. Pop that in there. You'll be amazed at how much water this machine uses. I don't think I'll get everything in here, so I don't want to overload her. I'm not going to be using this machine too often because I don't want to put too much strain on it. The Miele will be taking the majority of the loads. But I'm going to keep trying to do a lot of boil washes in this machine if I can. Try and get a lot of smaller towels in. Yeah, we'll throw a sponge in there. First ever load this machine will do. You know what, I think she'll get, as long as I get the towels that I used to mop up the mess with in. No, I think we'll get all that in, to be honest. Oh, I'm not sure I want to... Are they towels or are they... No, they're fine, they're towels. Okay, I'm not going to probably put any more in there. I'll leave these for the next wash that I do in this machine because I think that's enough in there. Of course, yeah, we don't slam the door here. Okay. Because it's tradition for it being the first load of this machine, we're using Persil because it's what Hoover recommended for this machine. So you'll notice a slight difference in the layout of the drawer. Okay, if you look in there, main wash, no sorry, pre-wash, fabric conditioner, main wash. You can see at the back it's got a channel, diverts it that way. You do get the leftover in there unfortunately, but however, it means I don't have to put so much in there. How big the hot point was. So, using Persil, obviously not Persil automatic, but next closest thing we could find. And it's low suds, so I don't particularly want a powder that's going to be high suds in this machine. We're going to do a pre-wash, so I'll put about that much in. Just take this off the tripod. So we'll fill the pre-wash. Just as long as silly me. It's definitely a much nicer looking machine than the hot point, I think. And that's like aluminium, that's metal as also. It's not plastic like the, you know what I mean, you can't push through it or anything. And then put the rest in here. That should do nicely. Of course, Comfort and Persil always went together. I don't have Comfort Pure, so, or Mum does, but I'm not going to take anything of Mum's. So we'll just use 1 cap of this Ultra. Obviously, trouble is I can't really get it in there. Okay. You'll be amazed at how much water it uses though. Definitely, especially on the rinses. Okay. We're good to go then, I think. So now, so we're going to use Bio Pre-Wash. And these are your, basically this is I think it's your gentle action, a woolens wash. It skips the final spin with that. That's your cotton setting, fast spin and half spin they call it for your synthetics. Now Hoover machines, the dial was very different to what we remember the hot point being. Okay, so I'll just go around it once because I'm only going to move it a little bit to actually set the program. So you don't just turn the dial with it. Obviously it's a pull on push off. You have to do is push the timer in and then you turn. Let's see. It's quite a bit of a hassle. So we're going to use program A, which is Bio Pre-Wash. Also the timer actually aligns itself if you don't correctly put it on, which is what I actually quite like with this machine. So we've selected that. I'm going to press the fast spin button, although to be honest, it still spins. If you, it still spins if you, what's it called? It still spins if you select that full spin. Okay, I'll just get ready to start then. We'll start. So the machine fills with hot and cold water. On this machine I can open the tap to full pressure. Let's see, so unlike the hot point we can't open it. I've got my little light here that I use, but I don't think we're going to really... yes we will. Nice looking machine though. Definitely suits the kitchen. Let's see how we go. Hope you like the new intro by the way. If you notice what I did with the pictures, instead of it all being about Florence, we did Florence and the A3060 in every other photo. But I've done a water test on this machine, it's fine at the moment. Can't believe it, this is an a Hoover A3060. And I mean, although it's only 100 RPM faster than the Hotpoint, it absolutely speeds on the final spin, like literally, it really is fast. Just going to wipe up some of the smudges on there, probably my dirty hands. Oh. It's, I think Corey more time they are. Can you hear that sort of sound Hoover machines make? And the timer has got such amazing sounds to it, it's amazing. Oh man, can't believe this, I'm so happy. Finally got the machine I wanted. You'll hear groaning sounds from the timer and very loud clunks and clicks. Also, it's not a Keymatic, which is the A3062, which is the next one up, the Keymatic 1100. But James, Supermatic James, he's got a brilliant example of that machine. And he's got a Selectomatic, but it's not a British-made one. Yeah, but Corey Mortimer said that reminds him of the Ipsos, and it does. The light and the silver buttons there. There's very short tumbles at the start, but tell you what, it was an absolute bugger to fit the door stills on that machine, though it was. Yeah, look at the level we've got. That's where the Hotpoint would cut off around there. Is that fully cold water? It's cold water, yeah. This machine's got like, it does not care about water. Thank God we don't have a water meter. I'll say that. Bloody hell. There you are, look at that for a water level. So one thing I've got to say to you, I'm more for Hoover machines than I am for Hotpoint. Despite the fact I grew up around Hotpoint, I've always had a thing for Hoover. The only Hoover machine I ever saw when I was little was my, yeah, can you hear that? Clunks and clicks. Listen. Oh, this is amazing. I'm so happy. Good sound, doesn't it? The only Hoover machine I knew when I was little was my great nanny, called Nanny. I used to call her Nanny Georgia. Nanny Georgia. She passed away in 2014, sadly. She was 92. She made it. Very good age. She had a Hoover Classica. I believe it was an AC166, also washer 1200. I just vaguely remember it sat in her bathroom. It definitely wasn't a new wave, it was definitely a Classica, because I remember the straight plastic bit on the control panel. We planned to rescue that machine for me, but never did. Shame. But it's great to finally have one here. It's an absolute bugger to level though, this machine, I'm telling you. It only sits in one spot. And I did a test rinse and spin with some towels. I only had about 2,000 and the whole machine was walking into the cabinet beside it. So I'm going to think of putting some, maybe during this video while we're waiting, I'll put some padding around the sides of the cabinets, because the machine will scratch the paint off itself if I'm not careful. Yeah, that was good. That's just a good amount of towels. I didn't stick that other lot in there. Get closer up on the timer. Very good sound. Look at that. No leaks whatsoever. Chrome ring around the doors. Perfectly motor's got a smooth sound, so I oiled it up with some WD-40. It sounded sort of horrendous when I first got it, but that's because this machine's only ever received very light use. On distillery drain after the pre-wash, the machine does not spin. Get a light going, there we go. You might notice the distribution speed's a little bit slow on this machine, so it tumbles it a bit. You also notice that the suspension is not like the Hot Point, it doesn't bounce around like the Hot Point used to do. Hoover machines are very stiff suspension. They also do not have a they do not have a concrete weight on top, and they have an enamel outer tub. I've got a few I'll do a video after this of all the little like cuts and edits. One thing we're not going to allow this machine to do though is spin very unbalanced, because I know if I see it looks unbalanced, like dangerously, I know that it's going to be something violent. Hot Point may have handled it, but I do not want to let a Hoover do that, because it could just literally shake itself to bits, and I do not want that to happen. Hear the pump though. It's got a nice pump sound. It kind of sounds like a refrigerator to me. But this will go directly onto program B now, as opposed to like the Hot Point would stop. And then we begin the boil wash. The intermediate spins are longer on this as well. The Hot Point only did the 2 short 500 versus this does like 2 minutes at 500. So we'll get some great sudslots with this. Mine needs to adjust the tachometer a little bit. It's not bad for big loads, but when I got something... Okay, oh, it does actually stop. Like I thought it would. Go on. Let's see, so push in. Interesting fact about this, if you ever have the A3060 Selectomatic 1100, to start that machine, you actually push the timer in. Well, it's actually not a timer, it's a selector knob, because it's basically like a key plate there. So I'm going to take that, move it over. See how it aligned itself there? And there we go. I'm officially on the main wash now. I haven't had the heater at all going that, so well, it is warm. Yeah, everyone's shouting Hoover A3060 at me. So also doesn't. I've not actually seen this machine do a full cycle yet. Final spin's quite good on this though, because it does a 500 RPM burst, then it stops, redistributes, and basically goes up this stuff. There we are. Nice sound when filling, I like that. Just sent some people some sneak peek videos. Oh, hello. I love the groaning of the timer. But every month we'll swap the machines around. still uses quite a good amount of water. Not yet. So you guys see as much of this machine as possible. It's going to be a very long video, but I don't care. I can't feel any hot water heat yet. It fills with hot and cold water. I think. Well, for that one, I think it filled with. Oh, okay. Bit Right. That's weird. They're not taking the main wash powder. Oh, hang on. What? I think we should have put it on program C. That's actually what I was meant to have done. Yeah, because program B is White's heavy soil. So I don't know what that is actually. Maybe it needs to. There you are. Hear that? Some water coming in now. Just stop the machine to make sure it is taking in the powder. Yeah, there we are. It's washing in the powder. Our hot water pressure seems very weak. I do not know why. Oh, the machine's rocking a little bit now. Yeah, we're on to proper main wash action now. Can you just get a bit of... What's taking in the fabric conditioner somehow? You can see some powder down there foaming up, but it's not going to foam up too much. Let me show you. You can see the machine when it tumbles. Watch. But these machines are a lot heavier than the hot one. They weigh quite a bit to move. Okay, see you in a bit. You can hear that. The heating element is kicking in now. Well, not kicking, it's starting to get a bit warm now. And we're on to the shorter tumbles. It's making that sort of percolating sound. That's firing up. And the timer groaned so nicely. This is pretty much the only other video of a Hoover A3060 there is. There's only one short clip done by the laundry centre, and then Electron 1100 has done one of his one. But this is the actual only full cycle video, which includes every single thing the machine's doing basically. Hopefully my channel will become famous for this machine. Because at the moment when I type in Florence Ballard A3060, the next result that comes up is BHF. All my British Heart Foundation videos pop up. It's defo heating, that is. It's left a bit of powder on the door seal there. That's fine, that'll wash off though. She does the dilution rinse or the cool down. I love that timer sound. Yeah, the door feels about 45, maybe 50 degrees, I'd say. Groaning sound, you can hear the heater. Heater on these machines is positioned slightly that way. It's not positioned directly underneath. God, that's groaning away. I remember that sound. A lot of old machines make that. A lot of vintage machines make that sort of sound. There we are. Just some undissolved detergent on the door seal. Can't wait for the final spin though. I mean, the Miele will wash my work uniform, but because I can keep that machine going on a 60. But we're going to be rearranging the plumbing soon for these machines and getting a standpipe put in for both machines at the back. That heater sounds more powerful than the hot points one. But every month or so we'll be swapping the machines around so the A3060 gets a rest to bring the hot point back. I do miss using the hot point in a way, but you know. So I've been a whole week without a machine basically. I've been using the Miele because obviously I've been waiting for the door seal for this machine. They're very hard to come across, so any that I find I'm grateful for. Okay, so we're heating up to 95 degrees Celsius at the moment. You want to hear the roar of that heater. It's louder than the hot points heater, and that's saying something. Doing well though. Door seal looks a little bit mangled, but that's just, age that does that. Proper loud that is. That door glass is about 70 there, so it's good. Nice hot water through that machine. That'll really help that seal, that will. And the towels too. There's a little sponge. See there, little sponge there. What an amazing gift this is though. Mm, 12:20. It's 20 minutes past midnight and we're washing. I don't care. I'm happy. Sounds real good, that does. So in between program C and D now. How good that looks in here though. At least we got hot one out here with all the hoses in there. Should be moving to the sitting room actually. She's alright sat there for the moment. Fits perfectly in that spot. Such a shame we couldn't have her on out here. So you're coming through the door, you see that there. You turn to the kitchen. Oh my lord. I'll have to walk into someone's house and find one of these. It shows they are still out there and they're slowly all getting preserved. That's loud, that heater. Only suffered a bit of a scratch there at the side, if you can see it. A bit of paint there. Glad it's got that sticker on there though. Okay, we'll see you on the once we reach temperature. Alright, so we are now at 95 degrees Celsius. Nice to have another machine that actually does 95, what one will see is 85, but even still, not really that much of a difference, just 10 degrees difference. That'll really help that seal, that will. Let me get that screwdriver quickly. Notice this cupboard door. Come down a bit. How do you fix that? What's done that? It's always been a bit like that, to be honest. But no. As you can see me, I'm in my Superman bathrobe. It's late at night. No steam coming out the drawer, because these machines actually have a steam vent at the back. I don't know if we've... If I shine that light down there, you can see anything. If you look up though, you'll see the black pipe hose at the top. See up there? That's the drain hose that the machine uses. It's like a commercial machine. I'm trying to see if I can see any steam coming out the back. That's where your steam would be coming out of. No, we just advanced on there. No, nothing there. I was doing a heat retaining stage. Clear it, heating back up again. I guess you would after each wash, after program E. That's minimum iron or non-fast colours. Basically, every program has a second setting to it, pretty much. Which is why it actually appears to have more programs than it actually does. There's different settings, yeah. Woolens, yeah, program F. No 30-degree cycle though. Not that we need one. Hey guys, this is it. This is the dilution rinse, as they call it. It's basically a cool down, but it's what Hoover call it. This is where you're going to see the proper water level on this machine now. Oh no, actually you see it on the rinses. It's an amazing water level it uses though. It's a good idea it automatically does this after every cycle that you use basically. Good idea. There you are, look at that. That's crazy, that level. Notice I can hear the motor arcing, it sounds like. It's probably because I sprayed WD-40 on the armature by accident. That timer is just amazing. That's a program F, which is, well, this is the delicate section actually, but it essentially becomes dilution rinse. That's crazy, that water level. The water level's just out of this world. That timer is just so amazing, that's on. Oh. What's going on? What's going on, Robert? What's going on? Why is it not moving? That's a little bit strange. So dude, was having a rest or something maybe? Christ, I hope the motor hasn't given in. Alright guys, we are now resuming this with brand new carbon brushes. It's actually 2 weeks later. First rinse. Enjoy. What kind of video do I do this on? Hang on, let's not have that light so bright, I think. We'll have it how we did last time. Of course, very, very deep level rinses this is. And I just cannot wait for that first spin. I love the clips and clumps and that. Just the timer is so nice. I can't wait for the spin. I seriously can't. Seriously cannot wait for the spin. This is like where it got to and it stopped. I'm trying to think, should I have the light off maybe? Yeah, light off, it's better. You can see my thumb, I got cut there. You can see all the little marks on my arm, and there from repairing that machine. My hand's still a bit grubby, but yeah, it was worth it for this machine. I really can't wait for the spin. Here we go. I love the way the timer clicks on though. Such a retro sound to it. Because there's a lot of people asking if we're going to get subs locked with this machine. Well, you normally do on the first spin. Close the needlers. The groaning of that timer. Yeah, you. It does like shorter tumbles on this. In fact, what I'll do is I'll close the door. Because it's 14 minutes past midnight now, and that is going to be rattling like. I'm going to enjoy this so much. At least we've got some nice clean towels now. We've been out without washing for a while. So you see now it indicates rinses. Oh, see that button, the fast spin button, the cotton setting. It'll still stay on that, even if. Come on, just get the timer advancing. You can smell the heat coming off the machine. Hear it. Come on. Oh, I can't wait for the spin. I'm so excited. First loaded spin. I mean, she's done a spin with like 2 towels in there on the rinse and spin. I will warn you, the machine is actually pretty unlevel, and I can't level it. It's the way it is. Anticipation. Hang on. Here we go. No, not yet. This is probably going to be the longest video I've ever done on YouTube. That's going to shake, that is. I'm telling you, that is going to rattle. Like, I'm not actually scared of the machine. Unlike the Hot Point, I was actually terrified of that machine. It's like, I'm happy to sit in front of the machine here. Now, let's just see what we're going to do. Here we go. First intermediate spin. Oh my god, I'm so excited. This machine spins after each rinse like the hot point did. Oh, that's unbalanced. And you know, with Hoover machines you can't often tell if they're unbalanced because the motor is just the drum's very stiff. Oh, Jesus. And I also can't time when it's going to spin either. I'll put my flashlight on. We're going to get a sub-1.5. I'm scared. I'm scared about how unbalanced that's going to be. This is what you call a proper washing machine though, the characteristics. I'll get my short clip for Instagram. I should better stand up here and film it. Hopefully we'll get a suds lock. We will get a suds lock, I think. So there's 500 RPM and it does it for about 2 minutes, unlike the hot point which did 2 short bursts at 500. The machine is already rocking. That's just because she's on level. That is going to move. Click, hang on. Maybe. Must be shake, rattle and roll that's going to be. Yeah, that is unbalanced. Oh my god. She's walking. Oh god. She's actually jumping. Getting a bit of a soft spot though. Bloody hell. God! Is it shaking? Bloody hell! That is crazy! Look. I'm going to put padding along the sides there. But it's good, it spins at 500 for a long time. We walked to someone's kitchen and saw that. Hang on. I love this machine so much. I'll let go, look. You guys thought the hot point was bad, seriously. Okay, it's a second rinse. See how long that spun at 500 for though? Bloody hell. You can thank Hoover and their nylon wheels for that. Second rinse. Oh, a bit of a top up there. It'll take a bit of time to adjust to the light. That is one crazy level. I can't believe that spin. Seriously. Let me switch off the heating now. It's getting a bit hot in there. Trying to keep quiet a lot more just so you get to enjoy the sound of the machine more. Oh, it's so hot in there. Love something like timer. I'm amazed at that water level it is insane though, but you know what, it really actually is doing, oh, might be after this, I'll get a spin. Yeah, delicate tumbles though. Alright guys, into second intermediate spin. I tell you what, this machine progresses a lot faster than the hot point does. What's the verdict going to be? She tries to run, this machine tries to actually escape. Can't wait for the final spin though. Final spin's always the best part on these machines. Oh, I will stop the machine though if it gets too unbalanced, because I don't want this machine to practically destroy itself. So, unlike the hot point where I will just let it go. I'm afraid that it's not going to happen with the A30. Oh, that might be a case of stop the machine. Yeah. Pump's chugging nicely. Oh, pump's actually chugging. Oh, hang on, that towel might be balling up in there. Yeah, just because I'm using my phone. Hang on, something's going to happen. Oh, can never tell. Oh, not as bad. I'm still walking though. That's what's really happening. Nice sounding motor though. I do love the sound. It's good that it stays at 500 for quite a bit. I'll say. Very good characteristics, she's got, I'll tell you that. It's because they have stiff suspensions too. I love that mine's got that sticker there. The Walmart. So G is special treatment, that's the final rinse then that'll be. Okay, it's just 3 rinses as opposed to 4. but with a long intermediate spin. Okay. Very nice, like rainfall sound that is. Taking in lovely comfort, intense, fuchsia passion. See, Purcell and comfort, they were like the two, that's what Hot Point and Purcell would recommended. Hope you're enjoying this machine so far, because I'm absolutely loving it. It's not registered with me that I've got it finally working. I still keep thinking something's going to go wrong. But you know what, it's done this so well. Don't capture it when the drum like drops a little bit. The drum like sort of drops. No, there we go. The Hot Point does that too. This is going to be the biggest file I've ever had on my computer, I think. I don't want to be doing short clips, I want to be showing the machine filling and everything. It's the first time on YouTube. Well, first proper video. Yeah, the Hot Point would like stop there, the Hoover just continues up. That's what I like. When I do smaller loads that are not, there we go, not as absorbent in this machine, you'll be seeing, I wonder what I'll do for my next load, next video. Probably a dark wash I might do. But you know what, that gives a thorough good rinsing though. Look at that, tops back up. I'm well happy with this machine, well happy. She's like, more. I don't know if I told you guys that I gave this machine a name. You know, I named Millie, Demila Millie, Hot Point Barbara. I called this machine Florence because, as I said to you, Florence is the only thing I love pretty much more than this machine. And Mary Wells as well too, but like Florence is, yeah. Wait for the final spin. Final spin, guys. So the final spin, I've not actually seen the machine do the final spin, right, but I've seen a video on YouTube. Now, this is the only other video of an A3060 doing the full cycle. What this apparently does, it does a 500 RPM burst, then it stops, it redistributes, it like tumbles and redistributes, and then it does the 500, 800, 1100. This is the most classic thing about a Hoover washing machine. That really doesn't sound good. And you're getting the growling of the pump. With 500 RPM burst. We've already got one for 2018 most unbalanced loads. Oh Christ, that sounds really But it'll stop and redistribute anyway, because when that gets to 800, that's going to rattle like mad, that is. Who's that on? Someone said, ow, jumping Hoover. Yeah, I'm going to worry about it. Click. If you see me jump forward to, like, if you see me jump forward to try and stop the machine from moving, click. This might be it. But you see, it could be balanced now, redistribute and become unbalanced. And the thing is, you can't really tell. Oh, bloody hell. Oh, that is unbalanced. Let's see if it does that. It should do. That is just insane how much that is. Yes, it does. It does. So it does do it. Does it tumble? That pump is so nice. Oh. Hoover machines are known to vibrate very badly at 800 RPM. Everyone I've seen on YouTube does it. This is a good idea, it does this. I quite like the fact it does this. Yeah, it's a good idea. Shame it wasn't a Keymatic 1100, the A3060 too. I'd like to have a Keymatic, but you know what? I'm happy to have this. I prefer the A3060 over every other machine in the world. And I'm doing a full final spin video. I don't crop on this channel for my videos. Because I'm new to this machine just like a lot of you guys are. I can't believe I'm filming a Hoover A3060. It just sounds weird, doesn't it? How? See, I'd always put it on this part here when I do it, so it would already do the spin. Okay, here we go. This is the moment we've all been waiting for. And I can already tell that's unbalanced. Oh god, when that gets to 11, like, seriously, it conforms to the standard behaviour. 500 RPM on this machine shakes like crazy. It walks. A lot of Hoover machines just tend to shake a bit. 800 RPM, the entire machine decides to try and vibrate itself to death. Basically, it tries to shake itself to bits. 1100 RPM, it calms down. I mean, it will vibrate a bit, but the main thing you'll hear is the suspension rattling and probably the units nearby. Even if it's balanced as well, but I can tell it's unbalanced. Just from afar, we'll get it spinning from afar. I'm sat pretty much in front of this machine, obviously not directly in front because I don't want to be in the way of the camera. I want my voice to be too loud. 1:45 in the morning. But the neighbours like this. This is like getting them back for being so loud. Uh-oh. Just so you can see how much it shakes, right, from this side. I'm excited about this. But it does the spin dip really properly. Oh my god. Yeah, it had to be that unbalanced for the final spin, didn't it? Oh, here we go. Okay, we're deciding to marry the kitchen unit. It like skids along the floor though, look at that. And if you hold the machine, it just doesn't help, look. Wait till this goes to 800, this is going to be loud. It's actually jumping. I'm trying to keep it in the centre of the camera. That is just so unbalanced, that is. It's really hard to hold. So it does 2 minutes at each speed. This is one way to time it. 2 minutes at 500, 2 minutes at 800, 2 minutes at 1100. I'm going to film this for Instagram now. Bloody hell, man. Oh my god. The 800 RPM part is going to be an absolute nightmare. Yeah, that's actually jumping. I'm trying to keep it in the centre of the video. Uh-oh. See it, and that's standard Hoover behaviour. But I said I wanted a washing machine with character. I'm having to shout over it as well. The hot point was never this loud. Prepare for it. That's scary, that's crazy, guys. It's going to be so loud when that hits 1100. Just waiting for the 800 to 1100 on. That's the classic Hoover spin. That is so incredibly loud, that is. That's it. Hoover's first 1100 RPM washing machine. Doing 1100. Obviously mine still vibrates, but not as, like that's about the worst the hot point would vibrate. But okay, listen, right, I'll take you upstairs. still hear that. That's scary, a washing machine's that loud. Like even though it's only 100 RPM faster than the hot point, it looks like it's going super fast. Whoa! Okay. Jesus. And then it just distributes at the end. It just distributes until the pump, the timer turns off basically. That was loud. I tell you, I'm surprised my mother didn't call me for that. But what happens is after a while, as you see, it doesn't actually distribute fast enough. So what it will do, all that will actually fall off the side. And it'll become like an anti-tangle. See, I like the fact it pumps out, with the hot point just switched straight off. Oh, I'm really impressed with this machine so much. Wow. About 13 minutes, that's the longest final spin I've ever filmed. There you go, see it's all starting to come off the sides now. But I like the fact it's got a spin sequence to it. It does 500, 800, 1100, well 500, then 500, 800, 1100. It doesn't go 500, 500, 1000 like the hot one. I'm not saying I didn't like that, I'm just saying that it's nice to have a machine that does a spin pattern. And then you got to wait 40 seconds at the end for the door to unlock. Before I can... There you are. So, I push the timer in. Light goes out, 40-second wait. I reckon we should be able to open it now. That seal's actually come out a little bit. We've got a little bit of big puddle of water in there because I've got no drain hole, but oh, blimey. Tell you what, compared to the spin in the hot point, that's actually come out pretty damn dry. Oh, it smells so nice, comfort and personal. That's practically dry. Wow, okay. That's a lot we fit in there. We won't be doing washes like that all the time, but yeah. Can't wait to try out Omo in this machine. We've got so much more, guys, to be looking forward to. It's quite a big drum that actually has got. It's hidden by about that much around. And of course, I've got to pull that drawer out though to get the water out. Okay, well, guys. I hope you really enjoyed that video as much as I did, and I just can't... Oh, hang on. Let me deselect that option. I really hope you guys are looking forward to more videos, as I mean, this is going to get the subscribers and everything up. It's the one machine I've dreamed of having. I'm telling you what, even the cuts and bruises I went through today, the 2 weeks more of waiting and whatnot. I mean, look, let me show you what the old brushes that we filmed the other day, the week, that's how short they were. So it is no wonder that this machine was struggling. Fitted them in today. We had a bit of a boo-boo with it, where I fitted the terminals the wrong way around, because obviously they were different brushes, but I took the motor out myself and everything. But one guy, I don't know if I thanked him already, but if not, one particular guy who's really helped me, that I need to dedicate this to him, Supermatic James Rankin. Mate, I mean, buddy, you've helped me out with this machine. I'm not familiar with Hoover machines at all. I've never owned one. The first one I ever saw in action was Chris's one, his Hoover Logic, his Eco Logic as well. But I'd never, you know, it's hard with this machine being a wraparound cabinet and whatnot. But with the seal and everything, you've helped make this machine possible on my channel. And I can't wait to see your machines too. And I really want you to find an A3060 too. I know it's one machine we both want. You've got the matching dryer for my machine, which I will acquire one day. But as I say, thank you as well, and thank you to everyone who's, you know, waited this long for me to get something. I mean, the hot point was great, but it's nice to actually finally have something on this channel, which means a lot. Shame we can't have Florence Ballard on here now to do the videos. I always say if she was alive, I'd make her do my videos for me. But here she is in all her glory. And she'll be going for the next month until beginning of March, and we'll swap the machines around then, so that we next month, at the end of February, we will have the hot point back in this spot, and yeah, we just do that every month. So guys, a very big thank you to everyone for watching that. I hope you all enjoyed that. I'm so sorry that I kept you guys waiting. I would have got it faster, but you know, company messed me around a bit with this delivery. It was meant to have arrived on Friday, but maybe it wasn't meant to arrive till today. Who knows? But it was brilliant. I'm not going to wake up tomorrow morning. Mum or Alan are going to say to me, what was that racket last night? But no, we've got so many videos, guys. Not just doing all the programs. We've got all my detergents to try and everything. And some exciting news hopefully about this year. I'm happy to have this machine, as I said. If I could only move with 1, 2, 3 machines plus the spin dryers and everything else to, well, so be it. Even though I would love a WMA64 in a way and some more Miele's, but you know what, I'm happy I've got this machine. May get a Hoover Electron one day, which is exactly the same really, just different design. Okay, so thank you ever so much for watching that, guys. Very proud moment, and don't forget to keep it supreme and go with the flow. And remember, Hoover, who better?